What's up guys, Benny here and welcome to my updated top 10 best loadouts for Call of Duty Warzone Season 3 because there has been a huge weapon update that has completely changed the meta. So I want to make sure that you have the best loadouts that you can possibly have so you can get all those wins and kills that you can possibly get. But first, for those of you that are looking to compete in Warzone, I want you to check out the sponsor of today's video, ZLeague, who wants to give everyone the chance of competing in a Warzone tournament and is also the world's first skill-based Warzone tournament platform. ZLeague allows you to compete in tournaments for cash prizes no matter your skill level, as you'll be competing against players of a similar ability. Now, ZLeague are able to do this by using a custom-built algorithm that takes into account all of your Warzone stats, not just your KD ratio, to then rank teams into skill divisions. This means you'll only ever play against players that are at a similar level to you, making it a lot more fun to compete in as teams are fairly balanced. Now, this means whether you have a 0.5 KD or a 5 KD, the players you play against are going to be of the same skill level. Scoring is done the same way as other big tournaments where you'll get points for kills and placements, and you don't even need to stream or take screenshots as it's all tracked in real time on the website. Now, ZLeague are currently hosting over 50 paid and free entry tournaments a week, so click the link down in the description to register for the next tournament, and good luck. Okay, so let's get into the first loadout that I want you to use. This for me is the best loadout out there right now. It's the CR56 AMAX as the main assault rifle, and then you have the Groza. Now, the CR56 got a nerf, but really, if you are a good player and are able to control the recoil, you're going to be aiming for that upper chest and headshot area that didn't receive any changes whatsoever. The only change that was made to the AMAX was the limb damage, which got reduced by 1. So the AMAX is still the best mid-range assault rifle in the game. Got the fastest time to kill possible, absolutely shreds, and really isn't that big of a difference. It's only really going to punish players that are a little, that aren't as good with their aim. Now, the muzzle is a monolithic suppressor. The barrel is the XLK Zodiac barrel. The underbarrel, once again, have the Commando foregrip if you're really confident with your ability to control the gun's recoil. If you struggle a little bit, you can use the Ranger foregrip, and it's going to be a little bit easier, which with that limb damage penalty might just give you the edge. You never know, but I personally use the Commando foregrip. You then want the 45 round mag and then the VLK 3x optic and customize that to put the T-pose reticle. Now, what really blew me away is the Groza. You may have seen that every single stock in the game for every assault rifle and SMG for the Black Ops Cold War weapons got nerfed. Like for assault rifles, SMGs, LMGs, all got changed. However, somehow the KGB pad was missed, and it means that it still operates the same as the double assault rifle meta, and you just move like crazy still. So the FAR, the Farah, the XM4 have all kind of gone, to be perfectly honest with you, in the roles that they operated in, but the Groza was left untouched, so it is ridiculous. You still want to go ahead and use this. For some reason, the iron sight's a bit bugged, so make sure you use a blueprint of some kind so you get the actual reticle you need. But you use the KGB pad. The muzzle, you go for the GRU suppressor. The barrel is the 16.5 CMV mil spec, which increases damage and also gives you that strafe speed. Because remember, we're using this for the high mobility, and it's that close range SMG with an assault rifle damage profile. The underbarrel you then go for is the Spetsnaz speed grip, which is great. And then the ammo, I go for the Spetsnaz 60 round drum. This is honestly the best secondary weapon in the game right now. It'll probably get changed, so enjoy it while it lasts, because I think it's just been overlooked by Raven during their weapon update changes. I can't see them wanting to keep it, but you never know. I might be wrong. Maybe that's how they kind of see the Groza operating, but this is easily the best class setup right now, and I use EOD Overkill Amped, C4, and then you can have a heartbeat sensor or a stun grenade. If I'm playing in a full quads game, I'll use a stun grenade with a team. Duo quads, I'll run a heartbeat sensor. Then my second loadout is the AK-47. Now, this has been changed in this update once again to have its visual recoil changed when using a 3x scope, so it's a lot easier to land your shots consistently. I go for the GRU suppressor. pretty much a must pick. The barrel, I go for the 18.2 VDV reinforced. This adds too much recoil and the strafe speed isn't as important because remember we're using this like the AMAX for those mid to long range engagements. So the 18.2 VDV is the best one to choose from. Underbarrel, you go for that Spetsnaz grip to control the recoil. Ammo, I personally go for the base 45 round mag, similar to the AMAX. I don't want to penalize the ADS time. Then the optic, we go for the action alarms 3 times, which is the optic that was changed in the update. And then I personally go ahead and use the precision reticle, and then that works really, really nicely. I think you're going to really enjoy using it. It's a nice change of pace to the AMAX if you want to mix things up. Not quite as good, but still very, very good. Next, we've got that Groza once again. It's the same one. I really want you to give this a go if you haven't already. It's a lot of fun to use and feels really, really good. It's nice not using the FAR or the XM4. It's just going to really mix your gameplay up. And there's a couple pro players like Rated who use this even before the big weapon update. So go ahead and use that. Same perks and lethals and tacticals pretty much across all my loadouts, if I'm being perfectly honest. The third loadout we've got is then the AMAX once again. With the Bullfrog. Now, the Bullfrog, I thought was going to receive a huge nerf. In fact, it didn't actually get changed that much. And it had a little bit of a damage modifier change. So it went from like 34 for a headshot to 32. 34 for damage to a 32 profile, which means that your time to kill wasn't obscene. Because with the Bullfrog, it actually had one of the fastest time to kills in the game if you landed all headshots. It brought it down a little bit. It's still up there. But the main thing about this is the changes to its mobility stats. You now move incredibly quickly when using this gun. So I go for the Groove Suppressor, 7.4 Task Force. The Underbarrel, I use the Spetsnaz grip. I then go ahead and use the Serpent Wrap for a faster ADS time, but then I run no stock for a faster sprint fire time. You don't need to use the KGB or the Spetsnaz because you don't need that faster aim moving speeds anymore because it's all been changed and nerfed. You just want max mobility and the least amount of punishment. The no stock gives you that. Something else you can do though, if you want some more strafe speed and you're not worried about the ADS speed, is remove the Serpent Wrap and then go ahead and use that Tiger Team Spotlight, which is increasing your movement speed. Like this gives you like, you suddenly become rapid when you're using this, and aim walking movement speed. That's what I've been using, but you know, some people prefer faster ADS. Then you can throw the Serpent Wrap on the rear grip. That's such a fun loadout to use. The Bullfrog, like honestly, you will just run rings around the opposition and kind of get power position. Use the Bullfrog to get power positions and then switch to the AMAX, like take people down from the roof. Really nice combo. If you don't want to use the AMAX, another great option is the Growl. I think we can see the return of the Growl being used quite a lot now. The Monolithic Suppressor goes on there. Then you use the Archangel Barrel, damage range, bullet velocity, recoil control, the Commando foregrip. The ammo you go for is the 60 round mag, and then you go for the Tac Laser for the Iron Sight build. If you don't like the Iron Sight, even though it's the best one in the game and you kind of want to have an optic, you can get rid of the Tac Laser and put a VLK 3 times. Personally, when I'm using the Growl, even at long distances, I like having the Tac Laser. It makes it nice and snappy with that aim down sight speed. Then I use that with the Bullfrog, so it's the same one that we just saw, 7.4 Task Force barrel, Spetsnaz grip. You don't need an ammo sight on this because you already get a base 50 round mag, which is pretty sick to be honest, and the reload speed's pretty fast as well. We go straight for that. It's great SMG. Make sure to give it a go and let me know what you think about it down in the comments below as well. That'd be awesome. Now, the next loadout we're going to check out is my first sniper loadout. We've got the Kar98K, which is the best aggressive sniper in the game. The muzzle, you go for the Monolithic Suppressor. The barrel is a 27.6 Singard Custom. Then you have the Tac Laser, and it's going to be interesting to see if the Tac Laser is a similar attachment they mentioned in the patch notes that will get added to Cold War snipers to increase that aim down sight speed. It'll be interesting to see because it could mix things up a little bit. The optic is the Sniper Scope. Stock is the Precision Comb. Now, I go ahead and change the reticle to the Pinpoint because that's the one that I like. But what's really going to throw some people off with this loadout is having the carve. Now, some of you may have seen a few videos on this and talk about it. Oh, it's not meta, it's not usable. I personally think it is in a way that you might not have thought. You're going to throw the Agency Silencer on there. I've tried this out on one of my friends' my friend's accounts because he had it fully ranked up. I personally don't, so I can't show it to you, but you want the Strike Team Barrel. Now, a load of people will be going, no, the Cavalry Lance is the best because that gives you the best bullet velocity. That doesn't matter in the way we're going to be using this gun. We're all about mobility because this is a close to medium range tactical rifle. So you go for the 22. You don't go for the 22.3 cavalry launcher. You go for the task force. So you get that strafe speed, because you may have seen in the patch notes, much like the Groza, tac rifles weren't touched. So this is incredibly mobile still with the right attachment. So you're going to put that task force barrel on. Then you go to the, you don't have an underbarrel on this. You got to go put a 45 round mag on, so you've got the ammo. We then got to go to the laser, put Tiger Team Spotlight. And then what you would also do on this loadout, as you can see, we've got the 4 attachments once we put the barrel on. The stock, you go for the Raider stock, which is here, and then you get insane mobility. And because of how fast the fire rate is this, it's almost like having a fully automatic gun anyway, but you got really fast mobility. It's a great sniper support weapon. Make sure to give it a go if you haven't. Like, I have had an absolute blast using this, so go ahead, give this a go, and it won't disappoint you. Next, we've got a LC10 setup. The LC10 got buffed at the start of Season 3. It is incredible. It still is with the build that I'm going to show you after nerf, because SMGs are back after assault rifles got a little bit punished on the mobility side for Cold War weapons. Agency suppressor. The barrel is the task force barrel. Underbarrel, the field agent grip. Then we go for the ammo. We go for the 45 round mag. And then the stock is a no stock attachment. I kind of now like the no stock once again, because it's going to give you that fast sprint to fire time and just make you a lot more mobile overall. Next, I've got the HDR, one of my favorite snipers to use in Warzone, just because it's so easy to use. It's very much like hit scan. Monolithic suppressor, 26.9 HDR Pro, the tac laser. I don't put an optic on here, but I do go for the Stalker Scout stock for faster ADS speed, and then I stick on the 7 round mag just so I don't have to reload as much and can just get my shots off, which really helps. Customize once again, put the reticle that you want on. I use the pinpoint one, and that works best for me. Next, let's go to our next loadout, which is the Ram 7 Kar 98K. The Ram is going to come into its own. Trust me, if you have not used this, give it a go. You can use it in a couple ways. The muzzle, monolithic suppressor. You would then go for the FSS Ranger barrel. Underbarrel's the Commando foregrip, ammo's the 50 round mag, and then you've got 2 choices when it comes to the optic. If you want to use it as close range, you can go for that Corp Combat Hollow and then use a blue dot reticle. If you want short to mid-range, once again, just go for that VLK. Both work. The Corp Combat Hollow is really good, but I like having the VLK as well, though it does fall short a little bit at close range, but hip fire, the Ram 7 is still amazing, so don't underestimate that. But the Ram 7, you're going to see it used a lot more, especially if Raven do what they said they're going to do and change some Modern Warfare weapons, because they said, like, let's be honest, since Black Ops Cold War came out, until the CR56 received a minimal nerf, nothing has really happened to the gun, to the Modern Warfare weapons in months. So that'll be quite exciting when that happens. So that's that class. Then my 8th class is the Krig. Now, if you struggle with the AMAX, the Krig is definitely viable alongside the AK-47. On here, I go for the Agency Suppressor. I then use the 19.7 range barrel for bullet velocity. Also, actually, I'll be honest, right? One of the reasons I use that is because of my blueprint that I have, which is the Ice Drake, all right? And I like having the Drake on there, so I have the 19.7. Agency suppressor goes on there. We'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of this. We put the underbarrel for the field agent foregrip to control it. The 45 round mag is a no. I go put for the 60 just so I can spray multiple people down. You can go for the 45 if you want the fastest ADS possible, but in quads, I kind of like having the 60 to take multiple people down. And then we stick the axial arms 3 times on there with the precision reticle. Next, I actually nearly forgot the main part of this class, the Gallo. Since the mobility on the assault rifles has been dropped, the Gallo could come into the meta. The shotgun is ridiculous. I've seen a lot of pros start using this in tournaments before the update. So now it's going to be insane. You want the agency choke on there. The barrel that you go for is the hammer forge, so for the faster fire rate, fastest time to kill. We then go for the Tiger Team Spotlight on there. The ammo is the 12 round tube, okay? And then we also go for the Marathon stock right there. right? Honestly, incredible up close. You're just you're gonna pre-aim as you go into a corner and just spray it. If you really struggle with the iron sights on this, you can get rid of this and stick a sight on it if you have to. Personally, I just kind of deal with it and just kind of run this. Unbelievable weapon. Honestly, give it a go. The shotgun meta could quite possibly be back. Then EOD, overkill, all that good stuff. And then my final two classes are my utility. The first one, I've got the Grozer on here that we saw earlier. Best weapon, best kind of assault rifle for close range in the game right now. And these are, the reason I call them my utility classes is because they have my like ghost or my restock depending on what I'm running. Because this is the class that I'll grab second. So if I'm running stun grenades, I'll have restock. If I'm not and I'm running a heartbeat sensor like this one, I will have ghosts. And that's my AMAX once again if you want to do it. But those are my top 10 loadouts for Call of Duty Warzone right now. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And I hope that helped you out. And go get those wins. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.